quick video to give you some tips for the group software development week, which begins on Monday. Okay, so the way it works. So each day we expect you to work on the project. This is the group software development project module. So we expect you to work in a group on the project. And my understanding is that you've all got the collaborative tools set up to do that. And they Discord, etc., which your teams have been setting up. So firstly, please ensure your academic consultant has got access to that tool too. So if you haven't done so already, invite them to Discord or whatever tool you set up as a team. Now, ordinarily, you would be in a lab 9 till 5. You'd have an academic consultant in there to run the daily stand-ups with you, and the staff will be around to offer advice, and the lab would have quite a nice buzz going around it. But unfortunately, we're in rubbish times, so we're going to have to try and replicate that the best we can online. So let me advise the following. So each team will have a daily stand-up online. So that's going to be again via Zoom or Discord or whatever you choose. And you can choose to report back to your academic consultant about that. They may well attend. These will be time boxed between around 15 to 20 minutes, so you shouldn't let these daily stand-ups go on too long. The first few may take a little bit longer as things bed in. You may want to invite other academic consultants in to see what your teams are up to during the week. I'd say in ordinary times we would maybe pop our head round the door to see what other teams are up to. So I'll be asking the members of the module team to do that so that you can get their perspective on your projects. For most of the projects, there's more than one team involved, so your academic consultant will ensure there's good contact across the team so that we can share good practice. This isn't a competition. Try and help each other out as best you can. It'll work both ways. If you get stuck on something and seek out help, that other group might be able to offer you help later on. So try and work collaboratively across the teams as well if you can. Things we'll do for you. So your academic consultant will help arrange meetings, and they'll expect feedback from the daily stand-ups. They'll be available to answer any questions, as will I as module leader. If you've got very specific technical queries that may, for example, fall outside of the area of expertise of your consultant, then don't worry, as a team we'll endeavour to get an answer for you. As a module team, we've got nearly, I would suspect, about 100 years of software engineering experience. So we've got lots of experience for you to draw on, so please do tap into that. So contact your academic consultant or contact me and the module leader at any time with queries. Okay, we appreciate this is going to be really tough this week in these rubbish times, so we're here for you to help, so please do reach out. So things for you to do in the same vein: communicate. Stay in touch, so make sure you communicate with your teammates, make sure you communicate with your academic advisor, and when you need to, make sure you communicate with your client. Okay, make sure you're at that daily stand-up each day. We're running that in line with Scrum methodology, so make sure you're there. So at those daily stand-ups, you're going to be asked 3 questions. They will be: what did you do yesterday? What will you do today? And are there any impediments in your way? So be prepared to answer those questions and answer them briefly. These stand-ups should be fairly short meetings. So try and summarise, if you can, in a sentence or phrase. What you did yesterday: I worked on the login script. What will you do today? I'm aiming to complete the login script. Are there any impediments in your way? Yeah, I could do with some help with encryption. So that in help with encryption, that's a question of what forms a separate discussion with yourself and whoever in your team, or the consultant, whoever can help you out with that problem. That doesn't form part of the daily stand-up. That's taken outside the meeting. Okay, so please have those 3 phrases ready before each stand-up, and your academic consultant will make a record of those each day so we can audit that later on. During the time outside the daily stand-up, you can arrange as many team meetings as you see fit. So you may choose to keep communication channels like chat or whatever permanently open for the duration. Okay, please do though make sure you take regular breaks. We are aiming that you would do a kind of normal working day, kind of a 9 to 5 working day. So I reckon it's about between 6 or 7 hours per day on the project. Okay, that does include the meeting time. So do try and work around the 9 to 5 structure as best you can. You know, take a good lunch break, have regular breaks away from the screen. We have no expectation that you work late into the night. You do look after yourselves. It's a good situation, so work sensibly. Don't burn yourselves out on this. Other thing that we'll expect from you is on Friday, we'll ask each team member to submit a peer review form, which are anonymous. So you can comment on the contributions that your teammates are making to the team. Okay, if things go wrong, and they can, and they will do, especially in rubbish times. So if we fully appreciate that the 9 to 5 day can be problematic as life whirls around you, particularly with everybody working at home. So if there's issues, communicate with your team, communicate with your academic consultant, and communicate with me as the module leader. If you miss something that would normally be done within the 9 to 5 kind of time frame, communicate and negotiate with your teammates to catch up with that task outside of those hours. But expect that to be the exception rather than the rule. But you know, we do appreciate that things will happen during the week that will be outside of everybody's control. So just as long as you are making a genuine contribution to the team, that nobody's doing more hours than anybody else is what we're keen to ensure. If you're unhappy for any reason, again, get in contact, communicate, speak to your academic consultant or myself as the module leader. Okay, finally, hopefully this is going to be fun. Each year, students enter this with trepidation. This year, online. Appreciate it's completely different. We don't know how this is going to pan out at all, but I'm hopeful this will turn out to be just as fun as the face-to-face. You'll hopefully learn loads. You'll get loads of stuff for your CV, and you'll make new friends in these teams. And as you cross the teams, you'll also get to speak to as well. So, because this is all new and we've not had to do it this way before, we're going to be very responsive. We're going to be, excuse the pun, very agile to your needs. So what I'm going to do on Wednesday is an open Zoom call for everybody. There'll be no agenda. We just want to hear from you how things are going, so that you can share good practice and you can feel part of the wider community of this module. And just the final thing to say is, I know everybody can feel very isolated in this process when you sat behind a screen, but there are 100 other people in exactly the same position. We're all here, we're all working on this together, so let's make it a success. So communicate is the key thing. Enjoy yourselves, and I'll speak to you all at some point during the week. Thank you.